All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Wednesday. You know what that means? It is Wanderlust Wednesday. And we got another good one cooking up for you today. First and foremost, shout outs to Paul Chabot. You win guessing Song of the Day topic on Wanderlust Wednesday. I don't know how you did it, but you did. I think I know how you did it, because you were right last week. Last week when we did a little David Bearwald, it reminds me of one of these records we're talking about today, and we've talked about this record. What have you won, Paul Chabot? You won an all-expenses-paid trip to the Rock Cave. Fortunately for me, you live just a mile away. Also, a free subscription to the Rock Cave. You no longer have to pay those monthly fees. You're welcome, Paul. All right. What are we talking about today? We're going to try not to make this a long one, but all right, we're going to try this, all right? Today, we are talking about Robbie Robertson. Yes, you were right, Paul Chabot. Robbie Robertson. Anyone know who he is? Raise your hands. All right, we got to go back. He was in the band. We're not going to spend much time talking about the band, but just for those of you who may not be aware of the band, we're a big deal Canadian-American band formed in 1967. You know their songs: The Wait, Atlantic City, King Harvest, Strawberry Wine, the movie The Last Waltz. If you haven't seen that, I mean, how do you even wake up in the morning? Watch it, in other words. And so, yeah, we're going to do the band another time. When we covered the band, we'll do it again, but he was in the band, all right? What's important about his history is that he's first of all, he's 78 years old and he's Canadian, but his mom was Cayuga Mohawk, and she was raised on the Six Nations Reserve southwest of Toronto, Canada, Toronto, Ontario. And she was a factory worker, and she met his father at this factory, and they were factory workers together, and he lived in and around Toronto, and he would visit the reserve with his mom when they went to visit her relatives, and that's where he learned how to play guitar. They taught him how to play guitar, and then he also loved rock and roll radio and was able to get a radio station out of Buffalo, New York, and he just was, from a very young age, that was his thing. When he was 14 years old, he got a summer job, a traveling carnival for, I think, only a few days, but then he worked as an assistant to the Freak Show for a few weeks, and that was very telling for him, as you could imagine. I mean, he's probably got a lot of stories there, and he's written some songs about that, and he even did a movie that had to do a little bit with that. So anyway, that's his stuff with the band. Fast forward, that's where we're at. Fast forward. I didn't know who Robbie Robertson was until 1987. And in 1987, he put out his first solo record, self-titled, there it is again, self-titled record, for Geffen, and this record was critically acclaimed. All the critics loved this. Top 10 album of the year on everyone's list. It won a Juno Award for album of the year in 1989. There were no awards in 88. Everyone just loved this record, and there are all kinds of people on this record. He recorded it in LA. He recorded it in Dublin, and U2 were there recording Joshua Tree, so he grabbed them, and they're on this record. Bono, The Edge, everyone, they're all on it. He goes to Bath, England, and does some work there. Oh, hey, Peter Gabriel, how are you? You want to sing some stuff and play some instruments on my solo? Sure, yeah, you can do that. Boom, done. Who else? Terry Bozzio on a few drums tracks. Remember him from Zappa and Missing Persons? The Bodines are here. They're a band out of Milwaukee, right? That was a big deal. They had some of them singing background on there. Ivan Neville, Maria McKee. The list is long on here. This is huge. I mean, it's incredible, right? And so some of you may know this record, but many of you may not know anything about this record. But they did play a few of these songs on the radio, and you were able to hear Showdown at Big Sky. That has the singer, I think, from the Bodines on it. Fallen Angel. That also was a song about one of his bandmates in the band. Richard Manuel, who committed suicide in 1986. These are two great songs. Fallen Angel, Showdown at Big Sky. One of those videos was directed by Martin Scorsese, I think. Showdown at Big Sky? I know it's one of them. Anyway, he sang a song called Broken Arrow, which was covered by a lot of people later, like Rod Stewart. Not the same Broken Arrow from Neil Young. And then there's this song. This is the one that I was obsessed with and still love to this day. Somewhere down that crazy river. Somewhere down the crazy river. Okay, so this is a song about him hanging out with Levon Helms in Levon's hometown in Arkansas. And he says it was just late nights fishing with dynamite. See what I did there? Actually, they said fishing with dynamite. And just long, hot nights. And that's what this is about. And he does this deep voice narrative in it. And it's kind of a weird song, but I'm a weird guy, right? 1987. I just loved this song. And I think my friends were like, Mark, what are you listening to? What is Somewhere Down the Crazy River? And I just loved it, and I still do to this day. And you can see why I would like it when you listen to the song if you don't remember hearing it. So there you go. All right, fast forward, Paul Chabot. You're like, no, Mark, that's not what I said. I said something else. Yes, we're fast forwarding to 1998. He did some other records in between. Contact from the Underworld of Red Boy is the name of the record. This is Aboriginal Canadian music and chants. So different than his other stuff in the band and his solo stuff. This is trip hop, electronica, modern rock. It only went to number 119. So you've probably never heard this music before, but this is such a turn for him, and it's so good if you like this music. This has got sounds like Portishead or Massive Attack, or my favorite band Morcheeba. I mean, he was doing this in 1998. Cree Summer is on here. If you don't remember who Cree Summer is, I'm going to do her on a Wanderlust Wednesday because I don't think I've done her yet. But the songs, The Sound is Fading. That's the one that I really like right there. That's just so good. You got to play that one. The Code of the Handsome Lake. Oh, I can't remember now. I've lost it. Making Noise, Rattlebone. There's a bunch on here that are good. You just gotta listen to it. The last song is Take Your Partner by the Hand. It's a DJ mix. I mean, it's so different, but this is just interesting stuff, and you gotta check it out. So you're checking out Robbie Robertson. There it is, it's 7.5 minutes. I'm sorry, people, I couldn't do it any less. When you're listening to Robbie Robertson today, you're gonna pull up these songs and tell me what you think. I'm gonna post them below. Enjoy it today on Wanderlust Wednesday. Paul Chabot, I hope I did all right, even though I messed up one of those song titles. All right, one take. That's all we get here in the cave. So enjoy it. Have a good one. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.